Hey, what's going on, guys? It is your boy Jordan, and today I'm going to be talking about Spider-Man No Way Home. This will be a spoiler review, so if you have not seen the movie, make sure you check it out before watching this, as I do not want to spoil you in regards to this movie. This movie is incredible. I want you to be as surprised as possible, especially since there are a lot of spoilers going around on YouTube as well as other social media platforms. But man, I just want to get straight into this. I have a lot to say about this movie. I watched it about 5 days ago. I'm going to see it again for a second time on the 25th on Saturday. And I can't wait, dude. This movie was so incredible. I'm gonna start off with my pros real quick. So just right off the bat, this movie has just incredible structure for everything they had to do with this movie, with all the villains and bringing back certain characters. Like, this movie really is just structured really well, because it really is hard. I understand it's really hard to structure movies, especially movies on this scale, with that many villains and that many, working parts to the movie. So I think this structure of this movie is incredible. It doesn't feel like it's dragging on too long. I enjoy literally, genuinely, just every second of the movie. And my next pro is Tom Holland, dude. This is definitely the best performance he's given as Spider-Man. Especially if this is your favorite Spider-Man, you're gonna love this movie. Me personally, he's second right behind Tobey, and this movie made me like him even more, because he is really incredible in this movie, and we will get into some of the other points later down the line as well. And of course, the next positive is the returning villains. Now, especially Willem Dafoe, dude. Oh my god. Bro, his performance, he is just so incredible. Just an iconic actor. I couldn't see anyone else being the Green Goblin besides Willem Dafoe. He is just incredible, dude. And he is just the top 2 actor in this movie, hands down. At minimum, top 2 characters in this film. He is incredible. And you, of course, get Alfred Molina. I think that's his name. He played Doc Ock. They utilize him very well as well. And Electro, he's kind of a mixed aspect. I will go into why so later down the line in the review. And who was the other one? Sandman. He was kind of just there, in my opinion. So was the Lizard. It was still great to see them. I don't think it's not a negative, but yeah, the actors didn't show up or whatever, so Sandman is just kind of in this sand form throughout the entire movie, which I don't really care, to be honest. It's a little nitpick. It doesn't bother me that much. And I feel like my next positive here, this is my next positive. I just feel like Peter and MJ just have a better relationship in this movie. The last 2 ones, I don't know, I just didn't feel much chemistry. I just felt and I especially felt like they kind of rushed their relationship in the last movie just a little bit. But honestly, I love the relationship in this movie. For some reason, it just feels, I don't know, more natural. Maybe that is due to them. I think Tom Holland and Zendaya are actually dating now, so I think that may be one of the reasons. But regardless, their relationship is really good in this movie, and I think it developed quite well. And of course, again, you shouldn't be watching this if you haven't seen the movie, but Tobey and Andrew are in the movie. And oh my god, bro, when Ned opened that portal and it showed immediately, because it was if you didn't notice, Andrews has a darker tint, even in the Amazing Spider-Man 2, even though they tried to brighten it up a little bit, you can tell his suit just has a natural dark tint. So as soon as I saw that, I was like, dude, that's Andrew, bro. And this dude just jumped through the portal, and then he takes off the mask, bro. I'm not sure, I don't remember if my crowd that I was watching the movie with was super reactive, but I definitely think there was some claps and there was some noise, but I was just so into the movie, bro, that I didn't really even notice, dude. I was just so excited to see him. And then of course you get Tobey coming through the portal next, and dude, just everybody was just so excited and clapping. I don't know, man, this gotta be a top 5 comic book movie, man. I just don't see how it can't be. Just the fan service is just perfect. Which these are fan service moments, bringing back all these villains and Toby and Andrew. But the best part is it doesn't feel like it's just fan service. It feels like it actually serves a purpose. You feel like these events happening is really gonna like make an impact on Tom's Spider-Man, and I think that's really important. And my next positive, which I didn't think was gonna be a positive, was Doctor Strange. His utilization was actually pretty nice. He wasn't like some huge mentor. Of course, he plays a huge role in the story, as it is his spell that brings all these villains to this universe, as well as Tom and Andrew. Toby and Andrew, my bad. But yeah, and then the whole fight between him and Spider-Man is awesome. I love that Spider-Man won with the whole geometry shit. Like, that shit just shows how smart Spider-Man is. And I almost feel like that's sort of been lacking with the past two movies, even though I do realize that Tom did, of course, make his own web shooters as well, just like Andrew. But I hadn't been feeling like the super genius that Peter Parker is supposed to be with these last two movies, and I think that really shines through in this movie, especially with the ending. And I'll tell you why. Because, people have always had that complaint about Tom Spider-Man. Oh, he's got all this tech from Tony. He's Iron Boy Jr. or whatever. But yeah, my next positive is, I love this part. Aunt May, like her whole death scene, just her doing the great power comes great responsibility. And I don't know if Uncle Ben doesn't exist, but I think he does, because they showed the briefcase in the last movie, or whatever, the suitcase, whatever the hell it is. But I'm really excited to see how that pans out, because that was also another complaint from a lot of people, is that Uncle Ben hasn't been mentioned, and I feel like this fixes a lot of that, and I actually love this because it's new, it's fresh. It shows that Tom Spider-Man is going to go through a lot of different stuff, and it's just not going to be the same retread over and over like they did with Andrew. Even though they try to change up specific things to try to make it unique, they still failed. So I really like that Aunt May is basically the Uncle Ben of this universe, and I think it really fits very well. And my next positive, some of the humor does really land. I like it. Some of the humor is also a mixed aspect, which I will go over maybe in a little bit as well. But I do like some of the humor. Feels very MCU humor-like. But it's also, again, it's mixed. I'll just go ahead and say it's kind of mixed, because it feels like some of the characters were different in their universe in terms of the humor, and they weren't always as humorous, at least not in this way. So it kind of feels a little jarring, but I don't really care that much. I also like that Tom Spider-Man is still the leader whenever, they're all three Peters are, teaming up against the villains. And they even go as far as to point out that the other two haven't, worked in a team, and Tom has. So that kind of makes him the natural leader in this situation, as they will be having to work as a team to stop all these villains. And that leads me into my next positive, of course, the final battle, man. That shit was just incredible. I love the final battle where they make all the cure. I know that's a big complaint for other people that, they made these cures. Some of it made sense, but some of it didn't that much. But I kind of, justify it with the fact that, these are Peter Parkers. They're really smart. They're geniuses, right, in this way. So all three of them working together, I'm sure that you may have to spend a little bit, of your belief, basically. But I didn't mind it that much. I didn't really mind it at all. And of course they give this good scene to Andrew where he kind of redeems himself, saving MJ. I do wish they put it in slow motion and had some better shots of it, but it was still a great scene nonetheless. Andrew, he's definitely the best actor to have portrayed Spider-Man, but even though I like the other two better, his movies are shit in my opinion. But outside of that, man, just Andrew Garfield is just incredible, dude. And I hope they make an Amazing Spider-Man 3, as well as like maybe a Spider-Man 4 for Tobey as well, man. They definitely should. They don't really have a reason not to. They're gonna like they're gonna make a lot of money off of that, so I think they should do that. And dude, just Peter versus the Goblin at the end. Dude, that scene is so impactful because I like the hand-to-hand scene. And I don't know if you guys peeped the little video game move that Tom said he added into the movie. I think it's the one where he kind of like webs him down and then like flips over him and then like slams him with that cool little like flip. That shit was badass. And then Tobey stopping Tom from killing the Goblin was incredible as well, because if you remember, Tobey had kind of his like vengeful path like sort of thing like over a couple of his movies. The first one where the person who supposedly killed Uncle Ben, right, he goes after him for revenge, and dude accidentally kills himself by tripping over something and falling out the window. And then you got Sandman, of course. He ends up forgiving him. So it's kind of, I don't know, man, that was just so powerful, especially since it was Tobey that stopped Tom, because you know that he's been through this before, and he's like, nah, bro, this isn't what we do. We're Spider-Man. We don't kill people. You know what I'm saying? That makes us just as bad as them, basically. Kind of like how Batman has that sort of whole rule or whatever. But dude, yeah, that was just incredible. And then just my last positive, I don't have really any negatives. I'm gonna let you know that right off the bat. But my last positive, of course, is the ending, dude. It's like it's a fresh start, and I feel like even though I loved Tom's Spider-Man, I still had the same problem everyone else did. Oh, like him having to rely on people too much, him not being on his own, just all that stuff, and just being Iron Boy Jr. or whatever. Dude, that ending just really blew me away. And this is for the first time in years, and I wasn't I was like a real little kid back when the Raimi movies were coming out, and they were all already on CD, so I was already growing up watching those are my Spider-Man films. But I grew up when I was going to the theaters watching the amazing Spider-Man films as well as Tom's. So when I tell you, dude, this is the first time I've been so excited for the next Spider-Man movie, to the point where I literally feel like I just cannot wait. This ending really does it, dude. I'm really super fucking excited to see what is next. And that new comic accurate suit is just incredible. When I saw that, I was like, bro, that shit looks fresh, bro. It's really such a great suit. And I can't wait. I hope they don't change the suit at all in the next one, though, because they like to sell figures, so they add different suits. But I hope they don't do that, because I think that'll take away from the film at least just a little bit. But man, dude, this movie was incredible. And as far as for right now, I think that's all I have to say about it. Yeah, I just love the film, man. I might make another review of this film as well, another spoiler review, maybe going more in depth. But let's move on to the mixed aspects, and I only have a couple of them. Electro, he feels nothing like the original, and I feel like that's kind of a problem if this is supposed to be the same exact one ripped right out of The Amazing Spider-Man 2, like during that final battle. So it's just really weird to me, and it's jarring. Also, I just thought about something. Wouldn't the Amazing Spider-Man 2's Green Goblin also be in this movie, since he knows Peter is Spider-Man, as far as I know? Well, I actually, never mind. Okay, I think I'm fucking up. I need to rewatch that movie again. But yeah, I don't think he knows that Peter is Spider-Man in that universe. But and the other mixed aspect is Sandman. I just felt like he was kind of useless almost, in a sense, and it was kind of weird that the actor wasn't there. So Sandman was like in his sand form the whole time, and I don't know, it felt weird. But regardless, those are really nothing in the grand scheme of things. Like, this movie was really incredible. Just my final thoughts is just, man, like, this is hands down for me, at minimum, a top 3 Spider-Man movie. But for me, man, it's a top 2 Spider-Man movie, up there with Spider-Man 2. Those are my 2 favorite as of now, man. And just great fan service. Love the movie overall as a whole. Just incredible movie. I love it so much. I'm giving it a score of 4.9 out of 5 right now. That's what I'm feeling. I'm gonna see it again this Saturday. I'm probably gonna like it even more this next watch. But that's just my thoughts on the entire film. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. That would really help out my channel tremendously. You have no idea, and I would really appreciate it. Comment, even if it's just to say hi. Just, interact with me a little bit. I will reply to your comments. Discuss. Put your, what's your favorite Spider-Man movie in the comments. I will respond, and I will conversate with you guys. But with that being said, that's it, man. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.